All right, people of the internet, welcome back to the channel Tech with Scott. Today we have a much anticipated video where I have been wanting to review my normal living room television that I use for watching basically 90% of the content. That's TV shows and movies and also sports. Had this thing since May, I believe, or late April, early May 2023. This is the TCL 5 Series QLED Google TV. So it's built in with the Google TV software. They also come with a Roku version of this TV, but I was more interested in the Google OS because it comes with the Google Play Store, and it got good reviews in terms of the overall user interface. So this isn't going to be like a super techie, in-depth analysis of the picture and the sound. It's mostly just going to be like a high-level overview of my thoughts using this TV for the past, several months that I've had it. I'll hit on, picture quality. That's the biggest thing when it comes to a TV, in my opinion. I'll have picture quality. I'll hit on sound quality, although I do have it with a sound bar, so just keep that in mind. So picture quality, sound quality, and then maybe also hit on, the overall like OS. Since this is a Google TV, you probably want to know how it is. If you're just wondering about the remote, this is the remote right here. We have power button, sort of options button. We have voice activation with Google, so you can actually hold it down and speak to access anything you want. We have full circle. What's it called? D-pad with the select button in the middle, settings button, bookmark, back button, home button, live TV button, which is kind of cool. Not entirely sure what this button is. Quick access guide. This button, I believe, brings up quick settings, which is cool. And then we also have some presets. We have Netflix, YouTube, TCL's channel, and then Prime Video, so TCL's channel. Similar to LG and similar to basically every other TV manufacturer out there. They come with their own, sort of pre-installed live TV shows. Google actually has the same thing, so we have like 2 sets of live TV shows. As you can see right here, we have the TCL channel. If we go to that, I'll just show you this real quick. I literally never go on this because I do have my own antenna sitting over there. I'll actually point you guys to it. I do have an antenna sitting over there. That's actually how I can get live TV channels. That's another thing about this TV is you can plug an antenna in it, which is pretty cool. So my antenna is over there. It wraps around here, has an amplifier too, and plugs in the back using a, I believe it's called a coaxial cable, I think. But it plugs in the back here, and then uses USB for power to actually power the thing. So that's the TCL channel, and that's some background on how I actually watch live TV. But if you want to go on theirs, you can access some TVs. I don't know. This is essentially them taking live TV and then just streaming it over the internet for all their users to watch. So the exact same thing is true for Google. So if we go over to live TV, and yes, I will be touching on picture settings in a sec, but I just want to hit on this. We also have Google TV, which comes with 118 pre-installed channels, which you can scroll through. Granted, they're not the best channels on the planet. If you want better channels, you need to go, buy a cable provider like Xfinity, Sling TV, YouTube TV, if you want to get like all those DVR options, if you want to watch live sports, but there's some decent channels in here. I mean, you have Hallmark if you want to watch Hallmark movies, Hell's Kitchen, NBC News Now, so I guess Dateline NBC. But the ones I care about, so I get, using my antenna, the most important thing for me is like local live TV channels. So I have a couple, so I get 33 total using my antenna scanning. I believe my antenna is 400 miles in range, but the most important ones, which I added to my favorites, which is really cool. You can actually star your favorite channels on here. It's just ABC, NBC, and CBS. The reason I like those is because I can literally get live Sunday football on here using my local network, so it's great. So I can watch free football If you guys are looking for free football to watch and you don't want to have to purchase all the subscription services like Red Zone, go out and buy yourself a cheap antenna TV because you most likely will pick up games in your somewhat local area within a certain range. You probably won't, and you'll also get national games, which is obviously broadcast nationally, so you should be able to get those as well. I rambled a bunch, but let's hit on picture quality in a sec. I'm going to head over to picture settings so I can actually show you what I have going on. I haven't tweaked this a lot. Mainly I've just tweaked the picture mode. I think I had it on standard for the longest time, then changed it to sports, and I'm just like, sports looks nice, in my opinion. But if we go over to picture modes, I can show you what we're working with. Similar to my LG TV, we have vivid, so you know it's enhancing contrast and colors. We have low power, which is going to dim some stuff. Although I noticed for this TV, I don't know if it's because it's QLED, which is essentially a bunch of different local dimming zones, and I think for this TV it's 100 different dimming zones it can do. So you don't have those, like, you know, really like grayish areas on your TV. You get much better contrast with local dimming. Smart HDR, powerful and vivid. We have sports, which I currently use. We have movie, which is going to turn it to, and this is similar to cinema mode on my LG TV, just kind of oranges out everything. And then we also have game mode. I like sports, so I leave it on sports. I haven't, sorry, Artings, I have not messed around with, let me go back. I have not messed around with calibrating this all. But if you're interested in my settings, which personally I like the way this TV looks. I don't feel like I need to calibrate this that much. But brightness, I'll leave it on 100, color saturation 60. And then if we go over to advanced settings, I don't think I've touched any of this. Color, clarity, motion. So as I said in my last video, or my LG video, I do like motion clarity, so I definitely turn this on, smooths everything out. And just for the tech nerds out there, this TV is 60 hertz. So the native refresh rate is 60 hertz. However, this does have a 240 motion rate. So it's gonna, you know, Google or TCL is gonna implement their motion clarity magic software, and it's gonna smooth out the image. If you have, you know, if you're watching sports and you see the football flying through the air, it's gonna, you know, use AI to try to like make the image smoother as it's transitioning across your screen is the best way I can really put it. But yeah, I'm not gonna hit on too much of this. We also have an expert calibration mode where you can adjust white balance and color space, so there's that. Clarity, you can adjust the sharpness and noise reduction. So this is stuff if you want to like go look at Artings' website, you can actually adjust this stuff. Color saturation, tint, dynamic color. I leave that on because I think it looks good. And then for sports, I'm assuming this is a sports default. It'll change based on the default picture mode you select, but I have mine on cool. And honestly, I think that's perfectly fine. All right, so overall thoughts, like that's the picture settings that you can get out of this TV. What do I actually think of this? Sharpness, even standing this distance from a 55-inch 4K TV, you can't even see pixels. It's super sharp. I've had zero issues with sharpness on this TV. And just to sort of demo, I always like to demo, you know, in my videos, like what 4K and what the 4K content actually looks like. I will show, the Patriots at Buffalo Bills coming up this Sunday. It's going to be a terrible game. They're showing Mac Jones here, even though he's not even going to play, which is kind of interesting. 4K fireplace, as you can see in my search history. So I'm going to just search the Costa Rica video because this is the one I always watch. Okay, dang it. I'll edit this out of the video. There we go. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm going to bring this video up. The sharpness on here I think is fantastic. The colors, I will say, I'm just gonna pause it. Oh, and just to mention, for HDR, it has HDR10, HDR10 Plus, and Dolby Vision. So you get all that cool stuff. So, you know, with Dolby Vision, a lot of the streaming applications have that, like Disney Plus is an example. I believe Netflix and all the other ones. So a lot of that content is Dolby Vision. So that's natively built into this TV. It's not using its own HDR technology, similar to what what Samsung does. I don't think, no, LG I think does the same thing. I can't quite remember. But yeah, anyway, the colors, I think the saturation and contrast is super great on this. I notice a big difference between this and my LG TV when it comes to like overall contrast and saturation. Colors really pop on this TV, and I'm assuming that's mostly due to the QLED technology. I think if you look at a QLED versus just standard 4K TV side by side, you will be able to notice a difference because of those nice local dimming zones. So contrast is super improved whenever you have sort of QLED or quantum dot technology. It's known as a variety of different terms, but yeah, I don't have my speaker on right now, so you can just get a quick sort of look at what this looks like. Yeah, even looking from here, like colors are popping. It's super sharp. This is honestly one of the best TVs I've ever seen for this price point. And I haven't even mentioned the price yet, which is kind of bad on my part. But this price retails for, or this TV retails for around $450 US. But I think right now you can get it for, I believe, $299 or $300, same thing. I think when I got it, I paid a little bit over $300 for it. It was on sale. But as I said, normally $450 TV. And for a 55-inch TV, like I think that's a really good deal in my opinion. The fact that you can get a 55-inch TV for sub $500 made by TCL, you really can't go wrong. Everything in this video is just super sharp. I like this picture of this this lizard. Yeah, it looks phenomenal. So picture quality, if I were to like grade this, out of 10, I'd put it at like 8.5 to 9-ish range. Obviously, like the things that beat this out are like the OLED sort of screens that they have with LG TVs, Sony TVs, and Samsung TVs. But QLED is definitely sort of in between the OLED TVs and also just the standard 4Ks. It kind of sits nicely right in between. But if you want something good for your living room that's going to blow people away, that's going to be great for movies and sort of 4K streaming content, this is a phenomenal TV. So I definitely recommend going and check this one out. So if I want to hit on sound quality, I'll show you the sound settings that we have going on. My apartment, I don't have a lot of stuff in here, so there's an echo, hence why I'm using a microphone. There's a big echo in this room, and so it does have Dolby Atmos, I believe, or I could be wrong. Let me just go into settings. So it has clear audio, however, like it's downfiring speakers and it's bouncing off my back wall, bouncing off my ceiling. So there's just like a lot of, bouncing going on with the sound in this room. So it was clear, but it didn't hold up in terms of the low end. And I'm speaking in terms of the built-in speakers. It just didn't fit my environment very well. I'm not saying the speakers are bad built in. I'm just saying it doesn't fit like a really large room with not a lot of objects to sort of capture the sound. Like there's a lot of echo in here, so built-in TV speakers don't really make the most sense in my opinion. So I went out and bought a Sony soundbar here with built-in woofers, so I don't have a separate like low-end woofer subwoofer. So it's all here. I plug it in using optical audio, and it's forward firing, so it's going directly at the couches in my living room. So it has great low end, gets extremely loud. So I just needed that because I needed the sound more focused because the built-in speakers, as I said, just bouncing all over my apartment. So sometimes listening to clear vocals was an issue. Sometimes it was hard to understand what people were saying. The music was drowning out a lot of the vocals. But if I just show you the audio settings, I have it on dynamic. I don't even know if this actually impacts the audio considering it's coming through a soundbar. Comment down below if that's actually the case. I couldn't even tell. But we have dynamic, so it optimizes it. AI, obviously. Standard, recommended for daily use. Movie enhances the bass for movie experiences. Like if you were to be in a movie theater, there's a lot of bass. Music emphasizes the high and low pitches, for vocals. Voice, crisp and clear dialogue, so it's going to make sure when someone's speaking, it's going to up the volume on their voices so you can actually hear it. I actually used this setting for a long time because I couldn't hear what people were saying. And then live, I don't really know what this is, but feels like you're in the middle of the action. Whatever that means, but I just leave it on dynamic, and go from there. And oh, it does have Dolby Atmos, which enhances your overall surround sound and that sort of thing. I don't even have it on. I don't think I need it. So it depends on your environment. If you're in a small room with lots of like wall art and just furniture, so it really reduces that echo, I think this is fine. But if you're in a bigger apartment living room like me and you don't have that much stuff lying around to sort of capture the audio, I'd say a soundbar is definitely kind of required for this TV. Not to say it's bad, it just depends on your environment. And the last thing I want to talk about with this review in particular, guys, I know I've rambled on a lot, is the OS. So versatility, A+, because this has, the Google Play Store, so you can download like literally any app you want. You can scroll in, you could just keep like scrolling forever through this. You download any app because the Google Play Store has like a gazillion apps. You want YouTube TV, you can get it. You want NFL, you can get it. Amazon Music, you can get it. Crossy Road, you can even get that. Stars, Google Meet, if you want to do voice calls or video calls. Pandora, so with the Google Play Store, you can download anything you want. That to me gets an A+ because it has that. The thing I don't like about this TV in terms of the OS, I like the look of it, I'll say that. Like I like the organization, I like the home screen. It gives good recommendations. One thing I did notice is sometimes when it would be like, continue watching, I don't know if I missed that. Continue watching, and if it's a TV show, sometimes I would click it and then it would bring me to the streaming service, but wouldn't actually go to the episode I was watching. It would go to like the previous one I was watching. So I don't know if that's a bug or something like that, but I did notice it wasn't bringing me directly to what I was actually watching in terms of the last episode. So for example, like if I was watching this and I would click this and it's like, oh, season 3, episode 9. That was like the last episode of that TV show I was watching, and not the current one I was watching. Anyway, so I like the design. Navigating through it is okay. The thing that I noticed, and it's more apparent when you first turn on the TV, but this TV can lag a little bit from the OS. Like, I've turned it on sometimes, and then I like click navigation buttons and it's just not as responsive. I'll click a button and it'll take like 2 to 5 seconds to actually register my click. And then it would be kind of laggy, like trying to get to what I actually want to get to. That's pretty apparent when it comes to the live TV channels. Sometimes loading these up can be quite laggy, but I only notice it a lot when the TV is first booted up. It's kind of like that thing where it has to get going, has to warm up in order to start performing well. Like right now it's fine because I've had the TV on for a considerable amount of time, but I think TV processors right now are just not very good. So if I were to grade this from 0 to 10 on performance, I'd say it's like a 6. I'd say it's above average, but it's still not that great. Just wait for it to boot up and wait for it to get going because it's a little sleepy when it first turns on. So what can you do? But other than that, I think it's a great TV, guys. You can log in, it has the Google Suite, so you can log in with your Gmail account. Recommendations, I think, are pretty good. We have that live TV from Google and TCL at the same time, so you have a lot of free content. I'm trying to think anything else I want to say. For I/O, it comes with 3 HDMI ports. Comes with Ethernet, comes with a USB 3.0 port. So, I mean, there's that. And also, like, dimensions-wise, it's a fairly thin TV, so it's pretty slim. And in the box, they actually give you some clamps for cable management, which is kind of cool, which can stick on the back of the TV. And I'm currently utilizing that. So yeah, that's going to be it for my thoughts on this TV, guys. If you enjoyed this, leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you have any questions, by all means, leave those in the comments section down below. As I mentioned, this wasn't like a super in-depth analysis. This was mostly just sharing my overall thoughts on the television. So to help you guys make sort of a purchasing decision if you are on the fence about buying this one. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll leave a link to this TV down in the description on Amazon. So it's the TCL 5 Series QLED 4K HDR TV. So love this thing, and I'm going to continue to use it for years to come because it's awesome. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, Tech with Scott. I will see you guys on the next video, people. Bye. Bye.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching another video on my channel. If you're interested, click over here to subscribe to the channel and click over here for another amazing tech video review / tutorial. And yeah, thanks so much for checking out the channel. Appreciate all you guys. See you in the next video.